If you've ever looked at the cruise shore excursion prices and thought, how on earth is it worth that much? You're not alone. A simple bus tour can be over $100 a person, and it feels wildly expensive for what you're getting. But here's the thing, sometimes cruise excursions are overpriced, but sometimes they actually make more sense. In this video, I want to explain why these cruise excursions can cost so much, what you're really paying for, and how to decide whether you book one or skip it entirely. So let's start with the biggest reason. You are paying for a guarantee. If you book ship-run excursions, the cruise line will guarantee you will be back on board before the ship departs. If the bus breaks down, if the traffic is bad, if the weather turns bad, the ship will wait. Or, at an extreme, they will get you to the next port. That risk, they have to price in. The second reason is liability and insurance. Cruise lines can't just send you out with any random operator. They're responsible if something goes wrong. So they will use approved suppliers with higher insurance costs. And the third, which you may not know about, is port monopolies. In many ports, especially outside of Europe, local authorities will force cruise lines to use specific operators. This means that prices can already be inflated before you even look at the cruise line price and before they add their margin. And finally, excursions subsidize cheap cruise fares. Some cruise tickets are often sold close to cost. Shore excursions are one of the biggest profit centers on board, along with drinks packages, of course. That's not a secret. It is the business model. So sometimes cruise excursions are worth it. And this is important. I'm not anti-excursion. There are ports where I would absolutely book the ship's tour, but there are many that I wouldn't. The ones I would, for example, if the main attraction is far from the port with some difficult logistics or some difficult transport. If missing it would ruin my day. If it's a tender port with unpredictable weather and we're not sure if those boats are going to be running as regularly as they should be, or if it's a one chance bucket list site where timing really matters. If it's your first cruise and you value zero stress more than saving money. In those situations, the higher price buys peace of mind, and that can be worth it. But they're not always worth it. And when they're not worth it, people overspend. Many cruise ports are walkable. Most of the ones that we do, we enjoy the walkable ones where you get straight off the ship and straight into town. If they're not walkable, they will often be well connected by public transport or easily within a short taxi ride, a short, cheaper taxi ride. And yet people still pay cruise line prices for things they could be doing themselves calmly and safely with just a little research. A lot of excursions are just a bus ride, a photo stop, a souvenir shop, always, and then back to the ship for $100. Now, if you're going far away, maybe, but if you're staying close, you can do this yourself. Most ports do not need a tour, they need the good information, and that's the point. Something we have spent the last month doing, because we haven't been putting videos up, is doing port guides. So cruise excursions may not be automatically a rip-off, but they're not automatically the best option. It depends on the port, the distance, and how confident you are exploring on your own within a time frame. If you're trying to decide what actually makes sense in a specific port, that's what we've been doing for the last month. We've been putting port guides on for Asia at the moment, because that's where we are currently. And we're giving port by port advice for any cruising without unnecessary excursions. You can check that out on bucketlistguides.com. I hope that's going to be helpful for you. But for the meantime, we'll be back on the videos pretty soon. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with us. And we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.